positions. That's why he's unstable. He's crazy because he doesn't think like us. That's why Alex Jones was banned by the social medias, because he must be crazy because he doesn't think like us. And anybody who thinks like Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist, and he's crazy. See what's going on here, folks? See what's happening? But no one wanted to participate in a constitutional crisis, according to this writer of this op-ed. So we will do what we can to steer the administration in the right direction one way or another until it's over. So, in other words, they're going to make suggestions to the president for particular policy agendas. Let's use Syria. He was kind of against it in the beginning, but maybe somebody's trying to steer him into escalating Syria. Because that's better for the country. We continue. The bigger concern is not what Mr. Trump has done to the presidency, but rather what we as a nation have allowed him to do to us. Now, what have we allowed him to do to us? They say we have sunk low with him and allowed our discourse to be stripped of civility. Now, let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, there has been no civility on the left since before the 2016 election. No civility at all. Do you think Ferguson was civility? Do you think Baltimore was civility? Do you think all these protests everywhere Donald Trump was going during the campaign? All this, I filmed them myself. There was no civil discourse before Donald Trump got there. But now they're blaming it on Trump because, hey, he's the boogeyman. Him, Putin, all boogeymen. Let's not forget that Trump's the only one who is even talking to Putin or Kim Jong-un. Before that, we didn't really talk with him. We wanted war with him. In fact, the Democrat Party and Obama were trying to pick a fight with Russia. And what has Russia done? Well, they got rid of ISIS with a little help from us after Trump got in office. Notice we haven't had to deal with the ISIS thing for a long time. In fact, they're barely in the news. Well, I got to take a quick break, folks. We're long again. More on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
Smoke them if you got them.
Because the John LeBang Show will be right back
after this.
That's guaranteed. Yes.
Pane in the Glass, commercial and residential window cleaning for a beautiful sparkling shine that's crystal clear. Call Pane in the Glass Window Cleaning. You can find them on Facebook at Pane in the Glass.
Hey man, you're listening to the John LeBang Show, man.
That's good, because that means you ain't stupid.
You know, funny, we brought up Alex Jones. Alex Jones was doing pretty well financially because he was able to use these platforms that he was on to his advantage. Not only does he get silenced by the platform, but it's going to hurt him financially because less people are going to hear about him. Less people are going to buy his products, the things he sells on his site. So not only are they thwarting his voice, but they're attacking him financially and affecting the election. But with that being said, here in this last segment, I want to talk about the anniversary, the 17th anniversary of 9/11. Happened on a Tuesday, long time ago in 2001. Long time ago to a lot of people. I remember it thoroughly. And the further we get away from it, the less people want to talk about it. They want to forget it. It's in the past. Yet we're coming up on that anniversary. And this is the third Tuesday 9/11 since 9/11, which happened on a Tuesday. Tuesday being the third day of the week. On the 17th anniversary of the event, John McCain died 17 days before 9/11. He did. That guy who shot up the Madden competition. He was the 2017 winner of that Madden competition. And he did that just 3 days before John McCain's birthday. Which is interesting. A lot of 17s and a lot of 3s this year. As it relates to 9/11 and events happening prior to. And those kind of things get my brain working, and I'm wondering, well, are we going to see? Are we going to see an event happen on 9/11? Not because I think there's a massive conspiracy going on, but because it's pretty regular that on 9/11, September 11th, when it falls on a Tuesday, something happens. 9/11 itself was on a Tuesday. 6 years later, on the anniversary of 9/11, which was a Tuesday, bin Laden had that big video threatening us again. For him, it was commemorating the 9/11 events. That, I'm assuming, of course. In 2012, which was the next Tuesday, the following 9/11 that had a Tuesday, that was 6 years later. Again, 6 years later, we had the Benghazi attack. You guys remember that? Hillary Clinton was involved with that. The first 9/11, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton just left office. Their term was up. George Bush just took over. Well, now we're 6 years later. 6 years later, again. So 9/11 happens. You got 6 years later, you have bin Laden. 6 years after that, which is another Tuesday. Both are Tuesdays. All are Tuesdays. Benghazi happens. Now 6 years later again, you got a 666 there. Just saying, for everybody who's not paying attention, who doesn't know any numbers, who doesn't see things like that. 6 years later, we have this Tuesday coming up. 9/11. Man, I hope nothing goes down. But it's been pretty regular that a Tuesday on September 11th, every Tuesday since 2001, something big has happened on September 11th. And I'm not saying there's going to be, but I left the day open in case I have to cover a major event that might happen. Because the people behind 9/11, whoever they really were, if it was really bin Laden, the people behind Benghazi, if it was really who they say it was, which evidence shows it probably wasn't, and we're leery of the original 9/11 story. I mean, I am at least, and I know a lot of other people are. And if you've been going to my Facebook page, you've been seeing that I've been commemorating this anniversary with videos about 9/11, the event, since the beginning of the month. Because I want people to remember. Not because it's some tragic thing, but because that was the day we lost the freedom that we had prior to that day. Which is a whole different kind of freedom than we have now. It's more like a privilege to go out and do things these days. It's not really your freedom. Not much of that left. The NSA is out of hand with their surveillance. Police state is everywhere. Can't go anywhere without cops, either in unmarked cars or marked cars. They're Loaded for bear, too. They've got military equipment in case, you have a random gunman or something chasing down a school. The country's been in chaos ever since. Either terrorist attack or now the vogue thing to do is have school shootings and church shootings and those type of events. And the media promotes it all. So here on the third Tuesday anniversary of 9/11, which equals 17 years later, each Tuesday has fallen 6 years apart from each other. There's a 666 there. Coincidence, I'm sure. I would just be cautious on where you're going to be on that day. If you can avoid something that would put you in a major populated area, John LeBang Show says, hey, do something different that day. Stay at home. Talk to the family. That type of thing. I hope something doesn't happen. But we've had 3 September 11ths that have fallen on a Tuesday. End up in some kind of event. I wouldn't put it past those people out there who believe in all this numerology stuff, who have this wild Luciferian ideology, who just want to kill and destroy people, who don't care about freedom, who don't care about individual lives, to pull something that day. In fact, history has shown that it probably will happen. And I hope it doesn't. I want all of you to be safe. I wish we could live in peace, but we can't live in peace. We are so divided, not only as a country, but as a world. We're never going to be together unless there's some kind of big event that brings us all back together. If we can get past all the little petty issues that we deal with, that we create, that we conjure up ourselves. People may hate me for my words, but I'm allowed to say them for now until they find a way to ban me. I'm already shadow banned. My numbers aren't what they should be anywhere on the social media platforms. It doesn't come close to relating to what my numbers are here on the radio. And that's because I have proxies helping me out. My affiliate stations. They're out there doing a lot of the hard work for me, supporting my show, promoting my broadcast, telling people how talented they think I am. Some of my biggest supporters, I can't thank them enough. So I want you all to be safe, because I want you back here next week when we're back to full-blown 3 hours a week, 1 banger music hour, 2 hours of commentary and talk comedy. I want you to be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for your support all these years and in the coming years. And then with that, I'm going to say this. And until the vibrations of my vocal cords reach your ears again, ladies and gentlemen, this is John LeBang, signing off from the Banger Studio.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Tune in again next week. Same time, same space, same station.
Resistance is futile.